AirPods Pro USB-C versus the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. So I had a lot of people asking questions about this comparison in my Galaxy Buds 3 Pro review video, which thank you for watching that. Now, there's a couple of differences here fundamentally with these earbuds that make it very difficult to say which one is better, because really these are best with Samsung, these are best with an Apple phone. So if that's what you needed to hear, then tune out now, because that's the best of it. Well, both of them are very good. And when you look at them from battery life perspective, they both get about 6 hours of listening time. Of course, they have lossless. They've got high resolution audio and all that crazy stuff, and all the different DACs. Well, not the DAC, but the codecs and stuff. But you just don't get the same experience. Why? Because these are designed for Apple. They got special chip in them. They do all the handoff stuff. They work with Siri. And then over here, you've got all the special Samsung codec stuff. You've got Dolby Atmos on their phones, which is not available on Apple phones. They use AAC codec. And then you've got other things like the Galaxy AI and interpreter mode. And you got the different stuff on here. So the sound experience, though, is relatively similar. They look very similar. I mean, the earbud style is very similar. Of course, people are calling up the AirPods clone with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, which is fine, whatever, call it whatever you want. But it's functional, it works well, and yeah, they look similar. They have a clamshell style case. They're both about the same size. Both have USB-C charging on the bottom. They both have a button to reset the Bluetooth so you can pair them and connect them. They both have similar battery levels and battery times. They both have wireless charging. So when you look at both of them, you're like, all right, same. What's really different? Well, the AirPods Pro come with 4 ear tips. I believe it's super small or SS, small, medium, and large. And then the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro come with 3 small, medium, and large. They're pretty much about the same when it comes to comfort level. I think the Galaxy Buds Pro 3 stay in a little bit better. So there's that, but also I haven't been using them for like the last year, so there's that as well. But both of them, they have a good sound signature. Now, you do have a little bit different. So IP54, dust and water resistance. It doesn't have true water resistance where you can drop it and fully submerge it underwater. AirPods Pro don't do that. Whereas you get IP57 with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, you can drop them in the water, forget about them for a few minutes. They're good up to, I believe, 1.5 meters for like whatever IP57 is. I can't remember. I think 1.5 meters of water or 1 meter of water for 30 minutes. It's not quite as good as 8. Typically with phones, we refer to IP67, IP68. One's a little bit less. So anyway, you can fully submerge them in the water. They'll be okay for a little bit. So getting into the brass tacks, and it's really hard to talk about this because, like I said, if you use the AirPods, yes, you can connect them to an Android phone, but it's really about one of the dumbest things you can do, because you're paying, these are $250, and just for fairness sake, right now they're $189 for sale a lot of places. It's Prime Day, Best Buy has them on sale, all that stuff, but MSRP is $250. Why would you buy a set of $250 earbuds designed for an Apple phone that takes advantage of the chip, takes advantage of the handoff, takes advantage of the spatial audio, takes advantage of Siri, takes advantage of the adaptive EQ? All those things you're going to lose if you use them with an Android phone. Plus, you just look foolish. You're like, oh, hey, you got the nice AirPods. Those are sweet. What iPhone do you have? An iPhone 15? Nah, man, I got a Galaxy S24. And they go, why aren't you using the Samsung ones? And you don't have to use Samsung. You can get something more ubiquitous. You can get Sony. You can get Soundcore. Soundcore makes amazing stuff too. Like this is not a sales pitch video at all. I'm just telling you, look, I've used these a lot. I've had these for close to about a week. And I like both of them. They're really good. I like that both of them have active noise cancellation. They both have the touch controls on the stem, so you can squeeze them. So whenever it comes to the AirPods Pro, you squeeze the little stem, you stop the music, you play it. If you take it out of your ear, it stops playing. You put it back in, it starts playing. Active noise cancellation, top notch. Transparency mode, top notch. Phone calls, top notch. I think the phone calls are a little bit better on the AirPods than they are with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, but that's just me. When you talk about sound, though, it's like talking about art. Everybody feels and sees and hears something different. Both of us could listen to these earbuds and we'll have a slightly different experience. It's kind of like looking at the Mona Lisa, and I might say, okay, yeah, it's just a picture of some lady, who cares? And someone else goes into all these other things, talking about it, describing it, talking about the painting, what it means, the time piece area, all that stuff. And music and listening to audio, I feel is the same way. I say one thing about this, and I've had somebody go, no, 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 no. It's completely different. Everybody hears different. Everybody's ears have a different sound signature. And that's one thing too, because you can do like the ear mapping with this to make sure you have the right sound, make sure you have the right ear tips on. The AirPods Pro, they both have spatial audio, but you got to use your Samsung compatible phone for spatial audio. And with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, got to use the latest Samsung phones, or at least the most recent ones, to take advantage of AI, take advantage of interpreter mode, take advantage of the high-end, high-fidelity audio codecs. There's just so much. So if you take the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, go across the street and have an iPhone, yes, you compare them, and actually you'll probably have a better experience because you can get like the Galaxy app and stuff like that, so you can control a few things. But one thing I love about the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro that I hate about the AirPods Pro is you can control them. Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, you can go into the app and you can change the equalizer. There's preset equalizers. You can use an adaptive EQ. There's all sorts of settings in there that you can use and you can adjust to get the best sound experience possible. And then there's Apple, and it's like, here's the equalizer we think you should listen to. So that's one of the things that I don't like. I don't like that you don't have any control over the audio experience, absent maybe using a Spotify equalizer or something, which just doesn't work well with the Apple one anyway. And then also when you use other Android phones, like with the Samsung phones, you get Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos makes these sound even better. Like, it sounds absolutely amazing. Whereas you don't really get that with the AirPods. Even if you use them over on a Samsung Galaxy phone, they're still not going to sound as good. So when you look at the price, $250 a piece, both sound good. Both sound great. I think these are some of the best you can get in the Android world. These are about the best you can get in the Apple world. Yes, you can get some Sonys, you can get some other stuff, but by and by, when you take a look at what Samsung's done, you look at the price point, and then they added a couple other features. Like I said, it does have a little bit better battery life. You get 6 hours on active noise cancellation, 7 with it off, and these are rated, I think, for about 5.5 to 6. So maybe you get a leg up there. The technology in here probably is a little bit newer. On the stems, so with the AirPods, you just have the squeeze gestures. There's no touch sensor or anything on the outside of it. With the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, you can actually swipe your finger up on the side and turn the volume up, turn the volume down, and you can actually say volume up or volume down. I don't know if that's intended, but to make the volume go up or down without having to give it a command prompt like accessing Siri or accessing your Bixby. So that's cool. Of course, both of them you can use with the respective AI instruments. You can use Bixby, you can use Siri, and that's fine. That's something you would expect, but it doesn't work if you go the other side, because there's no Siri on Apple, and there's no Siri on Samsung, there's no Bixby on Apple. So yeah, where the rubber meets the road, hey, technically, perspective wise, I mean, I think that there are some slight hardware improvements that are a little bit better over here. I like the lights. You get the lights on the outside. You can also find them now. That's really cool. And they've got the little audible chirp if you're trying to find them. So no longer is it just, okay, you can find the AirPods and you can find the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. Like, you can do it with both of them. So there's a lot of enhancements there. I think that Samsung's really done a good job. Yes, they've gone to the stem design. And look, the stem design's been around since the dawn of earbuds, just that Apple has stuck with it. While Samsung, they've tried to pioneer a lot of stuff. Like, you look at the beans, you look at the regular buds, like there's a lot of different designs that they've tried before they got here. And this right here, well, I guess they set on, they wanted to try and make the best. And hey, if it looks like AirPods, so be it. It looks like the Huawei FreeBuds Pro 3. It looks like a lot of different earbuds. But what's important though, if you get these, you can pre-order them. There are deals you can get on Samsung. I got a link in the description for that. It's an affiliate link. If you're interested, Samsung, you're pretty much never paying $250. With AirPods, you're almost always paying full price, except when there's like a new Samsung product and they want to undercut it for a few weeks, or it's like Prime Day. AirPods are unique in the Apple ecosphere. They're one of the few products that actually get sales. So sometimes you can find them cheaper. Right now, about 180. These right here, I've had reports from people saying they got them for $100 and they got them for 50, like 79 bucks. They got them for 100 whatever bucks. Trade in stuff, trade in your old earbuds. If you get a Galaxy Fold 6 or a Flip 6, you automatically get 25% off. And then the link that I have, at least for the first couple of days, it had exclusive credit. I'm not sure if it does anymore, but quite honestly, Samsung, you pretty much never pay full price for the earbuds. But I gotta say, this is the first time ever, where I've listened to them, I've used them, and I'm like, okay, if you were to pay full price for the Galaxy Buds Pro 3, it would be worth it, because I think they're just as good as the AirPods Pro. They both have great bass. They both have great vocals. I think the bass on the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro is a little bit tighter. I don't think it's necessarily as boomy. I think it has a little bit more crisp hit to it, which I like or I prefer. But again, like I said, your ears may be different than mine. Highs are great on both. Vocals are great on both. Both of them are an absolute treat to listen to. They are very enjoyable to listen to. They have a great sound signature on both of them, both slightly unique, but of course you get control over the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro on your Samsung phone. You don't get control. You just get whatever the EQ gets served up for you by Apple, which is fine. It's usually pretty good. It's very on the natural side. It's not super over processed, and it's not crazy when it comes to the bass. Of course, you get Apple lossless over with Apple Music, and I think Tidal and some other things. You can get that. You don't get that over if you use the AirPods on the Samsung. You don't get that, or the high-end, high-res audio. You don't get that if you switch over to Apple. So yeah, that's the thing. They're both good. Again, you get IP57 over here. You actually get underwater resistance for at least a little bit. That's good. But apples to apples, pun intended, Samsung to Samsung, 90% of the stuff here is basically the same. Samsung has brought their earbuds up to the level of the AirPods Pro. I think that's what they were going for, and I think that they're both fantastic. Transparency mode on both, excellent. Sound signature on both, excellent. Soundstage on both, excellent. Spatial audio, wireless charging, good battery life, extra charges in the case, design, comfortability. It's all really good. It's all really, really good. So that's all I've got. Hopefully that helped you out, gave you some insight. But again, if you want to buy a Samsung, if you want the Samsung stuff, use Samsung with Samsung. If you want AirPods, use AirPods with Apple. That's really the general basis of it. I mean, I tried to explain that to somebody in the comments. These are very feature driven with Samsung, very feature driven with Apple. They don't cross over the other side very well. So that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And also, if you're wondering why I didn't take these out of the case a whole bunch, every time I pop the case open, it tries to pair with my iPhone. So it's basically impossible. But you know what AirPods look like. Everybody's seen AirPods. This is a comparison video between the two, what they can do, price, specs, features, sound, all that stuff. And again, just want to reiterate, they're both very comfortable. So that's all I've got. As always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.